Hey dude, what's up? This is Evan from Stock Music Musician, and today I've got a review of SongTradr. This is a music licensing site that may be a great choice for you. It's not the #1 site that I recommend, but for certain people out there that have a lot of songs with singing in them, you might find some success here. And if you hit it big in SongTradr, you're going to hit it big. You're going to be cashing $1,000 checks or more. So, before we go any farther and jump into this review, I want to let you know that I have a free 5-day crash course, which will actually show you all the specifics of licensing your music, and it'll recommend my #1 site that I recommend to everybody. So go click that link down below to download that free course. Well, not to download, but to join that free crash course and start learning about how to license your music, how to write songs that are, a better fit for licensing, where to sell them, how to use keywords so that your songs can get found, etc. And also, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel for more useful tips on music licensing and music production. But now let's hit the intro. Okay, so licensing music on SongTradr. Is it one of the best sites for beginners and intermediate users? I think for some of us, yes, but for all of us, no. So let's first dig into kind of the overview of what I'm going to be covering in this review of licensing music on SongTradr. First, I want to cover what makes SongTradr unique versus other music licensing platforms. Second, I want to talk about the most important thing: can you earn decent money on SongTradr? Third, I want to talk about their submission criteria, because every website, every stock music licensing site is different. Some are very hard to get your songs onto, some are easy. Fourth, I want to talk about how easy is it for you to use SongTradr, because with some of these sites, they're so cumbersome to use, it's not really worth it. And finally, I just want to talk generally about the pros and cons and why I think SongTradr might be right for you. So, what makes SongTradr unique versus the other stock music sites? Well, the first thing I want to note is that there are 2 versions of SongTradr available to you. The basic version, which is free, and the pro version, which, even though you're a seller of music on on SongTradr, I think it's like $49 a year, and then you get access, basically you get the opportunity to submit more songs per opportunity, and you get free digital distribution of your songs on things like iTunes and Spotify. So there's 2 versions, one of which you have to pay for, which is unique to all the other sites that I recommend. The second thing that makes SongTradr unique is that while there is a component of SongTradr where buyers can go and search for any type of song, just like most of the other sites, on SongTradr there's also a section where they have specific opportunities listed with criteria that, they might say like, hey, we're looking for a 90s style hip hop song, kind of like Biggie. Or, they might say, we want an EDM track about flying with female vocals. Or they might just say rock song wanted. In any event, you are able to submit your songs directly to these opportunities, and depending on if you have the basic or the pro version, depends on how many tracks you can submit to each opportunity. Once you get your songs submitted to this opportunity, it can take a long time to hear back, months sometimes, and you actually go through a series of stages to get your music sort of reviewed. First the initial threshold, then sort of the first cut, then the short list, and then finally maybe you get selected. And the payout for these ranges from I've seen a very wide range, but I'd say on average from $150 to $3,000. But there are definitely opportunities on both ends of that range. So if you score one of these, it is like a big paycheck. And presumably there might also be some back-end royalties. That said, there was a period where I was very active on SongTradr. I'm not as much anymore. And I made it to the shortlist several times, but I've never had a song actually selected. I think it's very competitive. But if you have high quality music of the style that they're asking for and looking for, you really might be able to make some things happen, especially if you're a fast producer, maybe you could even create songs in a day or two to take advantage of opportunities. One downside is that some of these opportunities as listed are very vague. You have really no idea what they're asking for. Like, it could just say, like, we want a rock song. And you're like, well, I don't know. I got rock songs, but whatever. All right, another thing that makes SongTradr unique is that they offer the ability to have your songs included for in-store streaming, which is basically when you're walking around a store or at a restaurant and you hear music, you can get your song included in some of those playlists and make money that way. Third, or fourth, and I think I already mentioned this, but if you sign up for the pro version of SongTradr, you can upload your music for free to Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that and get streaming. So for $49 a year, maybe it is worth it if you're doing that in addition to pitching all these extra opportunities. And I would say that compared to most of the other sites that I work with, SongTradr really seems to provide a lot of opportunities for vocal songs. I know songs already have vocals in them by default, whereas other sites are just focused on music. So if you are a vocalist or you have access to a catalog with a lot of songs, then SongTradr might be a good place to go. Can you earn decent money on SongTradr? Potentially. I've probably lost money on SongTradr, to be honest. I did the pro membership for a year, never got selected. I do make about $10 a quarter maybe with in-store streaming, and I've been on the site for several years now, so maybe I have made money, but it's close to break even. But that said, if you score one of these pitches, like I said, it's big money. That there also doesn't seem to be a bunch of buyers just looking around and randomly buying songs on SongTradr, though, unlike Pond5, or a site like that where people will just look for songs and buy them. I haven't seen any traction on SongTradr for that. What are the submission criteria on SongTradr? You can upload anything as far as I can tell. And the criteria for these specific pitches are massive as well. Sometimes there's a very, very specific thing that they're looking for. Like, we want a 1960s French song sung by a woman that is really from that period. Other times it'll just say a pop track. So you can upload anything, but for the opportunities, they usually have much clearer submission criteria. Also, when you're pitching to these opportunities, by default, if you're a regular user, you only can submit 2 songs per opportunity. I think if you're a pro user, you can submit 5 songs per opportunity. So you have to sort of limit yourself, maybe more than they're limiting you. Like if it says, 90s style hip hop song, and you've got 5 or you've got 7, you have to pick the 2 that you think fit best. So they allow anything in, but you can only use a fraction of what you submit, potentially. Ease of use, not that easy to use. I think the interface is very clunky. It's not that easy to manage your songs across the platform. The statistics that they give you are really hard to read. They don't provide that much useful information. And since I've been on the platform, they've completely revamped everything, both from an interface and sort of like a policy perspective of what they're looking for and how it works, at least once, maybe 1.5 times. And I think every revamping has been for the better. Nonetheless, it's kind of a pain to learn the platform and then have it radically change. That said, it's not that difficult to use, especially if you're really focused on a couple of genres and just keep your eye out for the opportunities that are right in your niche, whatever. They can work. It can be really effective for that. So what are the pros and cons? If you make professional songs with vocals, these have to sound really good, you might actually be successful here. And if you're successful here, you will make serious money. There is not a lot of demand for instrumentals as far as I can tell. Or when it is, it's very vague. Although I have gotten some instrumentals into the short list. A good thing is that all of these opportunities, at least uploading your songs to SongTradr is non-exclusive and it's not in perpetuity. I don't know that, each opportunity might have separate terms, although I believe they're all non-exclusive. And a big con sort of SongTradr as opposed to the other sites is that it's not a set it and forget it site where you upload the song, tag it, and then just let, the marketplace and buyers find it. You have to basically, if you really want to be on top of SongTradr, log in every day and see what the opportunities are. And if you really want to be gunning after it, you should probably be creating songs specifically tailored to each opportunity, which is tough. But if you're looking to do this professionally, I think this SongTradr could actually be one of the better choices for you. Not only because of these opportunities, but also a hidden thing that I guess everybody could benefit from is you actually are seeing, you have a pulse of what's in demand, right? These are what people are requesting. So if people are constantly requesting, 80s polka music, then you think, maybe I should make some polka music with an 80s vibe, right? These opportunities keep coming up. And so I think that's a big pro, even if you don't go deep on SongTradr, to just sign up so you can see what opportunities are out there. I think in-store has been okay for me. Unless you can really produce high-quality vocal music at a reasonable clip and pitch these opportunities, though, do not buy the pro version. Just sign up, get your music on there. It's free, it's easy, and see what happens. I really hope this video has been helpful. If you've got any questions or comments about SongTradr, please leave them below. And be sure to click on that link to start your 5-day free music licensing crash course so you can start making money from your music. Bye.